with that, I'm going to stop talking. As I said, we've got some important folks here they've got to get back to the Capitol. Very important stuff happening. So I will turn the mics over to Senator Argall and Representative Barton to talk to us a little bit about Tamaqua. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Wouldn't you know it, we've been waiting months for votes on a state budget. Today, all right? So it goes. But now Jamie and I know that this is extraordinarily important, and we wanted to be here because this is where it all started 2 years ago when that guy, Micah Gursky, happened to meet the dean of the Temple Dental School, who is now one of my favorite guys on the planet. And, you know, I teach a lot of courses. I've taken a lot of grad school courses, not the kind of courses that you all took, but we always are making up laws. And Miles's law of government behavior is, you know, where you stand depends on where you sit. And Michel's iron law of oligarchy is that even in a democratic society like the House or the Senate, power still tends to cluster in a few hands. But I always joke that if I wrote a book on government, it would be that Argall's law is that everything the government takes too damn long, except this time, because I'm telling you, in what has been accomplished since Micah and the dean sat down here 2 years ago, it's the equivalent of the speed of light in legislative time. So let me just give you a couple of the basics and then turn it over to Representative Barton. Micah talked 2 years ago here about the terrible problem of people showing up in emergency rooms with dental needs that ERs are not prepared to deal with. The dean talked about the terrible problem of the shortages in rural Pennsylvania in dentistry, and they exchanged business cards, and the hammers should begin banging in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania in just a couple of weeks. I was going to talk about drills, but I know you all use drills for something else, so I didn't go there. At our Senate Policy Committee that I chaired just a couple of months ago in Tamaqua, many of you gave us some pretty scary statistics. We saw the pretty significant gap between the number of dentists practicing in urban Pennsylvania versus rural Pennsylvania. We saw the fact that only 6% of dental school graduates are practicing in our rural parts of Pennsylvania. A lot of you have talked, we just heard a little bit about it with the previous speaker about the problems with MA and how it's desperately utilized in rural Pennsylvania, but it really has some significant problems when it comes to dentistry. We've seen the needs assessments. Again, too much demand, not enough supply. 50% of the Commonwealth underserved. At our public hearing in Tamaqua, Jamie and I heard one dentist talked about the fact that a woman came and said, you know, my kids have terrible dental issues, remove all their teeth. I don't have any, they'll figure out how to do it without it. It just horrified me, all right? And you understand, my doctorate's in public policy. I don't do the whole blood and guts thing. And so when the more I heard, the more upsetting we got. And we know it's all real because it's even on Facebook. So it's gotta be real. I mean, we've been heard, you know, that people worried that their dentists are either retiring or worse. That people that can't get an appointment for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, God help them if they need a specialty. I'm learning words in dentistry that I'm glad I've never heard before. I hope I never need them, but apparently we are running out of many of the specialties as well as the average daily care that is required. And again, not just dentists, but also dental hygienists, and I know there'll be more speakers talking about that today. So the answer is to do more in rural Pennsylvania, and so the dental education center and clinic that is coming up in my old town will be not just providing some very quality dental care, but it looks to be creating upwards of 25 employees, $3 million in annual payroll, Looks like the acquisition costs will come in at about $2.5 million, construction at about $4 million, equipment $4 million. And I'm here to tell you, in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, $10.5 million is a lot. Our congressman has been helpful. Jamie has been really helpful. The community has been very helpful as a public-private partnership. And Temple, again, just extraordinary. And so the solution in so many ways, again, not rocket science, it's people working together. So we're looking at 24 dental chairs for hygienists and dentists, and working with the local community college. Right now it sounds, and of course this keeps changing, looks like dentists by day and hygienists by night, maybe on weekends, 10 third-year students, 10 fourth-year students. And I think the coolest thing is they'll be living in the town for 2 years, just about a block or two away from the clinic. We had worked a couple of years ago, Jamie and I and his predecessor, on taking an old department store. And you understand Tamaqua, lost half of its population when the mines began to close in the 1930s and 1940s. So we happened to have some extra buildings. Well, this extra building was going to be downtown apartments. Now it's going to be student apartments. And so every once in a while in this business, if you work hard, you get lucky. And so we are very, very pleased that Micah and the dean came to your conference 2 years ago. And let Representative Barton give you more of the specifics here in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania.
Well, good morning, everybody. I think it's still morning. And thank you for spending time, or allowing us to spend some time and share this with you. I've said to a few of you earlier that I will probably be a lot more rushed than I normally am, as we are voting on the floor right now. And I'm looking at my phone a lot, so I'll refrain from doing that. So please forgive my speed in which I'm speaking right now. But Tamaqua's private partnership, the Tamaqua Area Community Partnership, actually purchased a former Rite Aid building. Now, that wasn't our first pick. Our first pick didn't work out. We vetted it, and it didn't make sense. And those of you that have done enough deals, business deals, know that, hey, sometimes it doesn't work out. But we didn't quit. Through literally a combination of incredible work with the community, Senator Argall, myself, and some others, we had the opportunity to work something else. So we've got as the senator mentioned, a downtown former department store and a Rite Aid. So, I think a lot of you know that, and this is the actual Rite Aid. It probably looks like maybe one in your neighborhood, but this is the actual Rite Aid, directly on 309, right as you enter Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. And one of the things you'll know is this is 1997. This was built. Everybody, I think, knows what happened to Rite Aid. They're bankrupt. They're gone. My grandmother used to say, when God closes a door, he opens a window. Right? In Tamaqua, we're saying when God closes a Rite Aid, he opens a dental school and clinic. It's a notice thing. I think there's another thing that's important is, I think everybody knows Under Armour, the long underwear, the insulated underwear. Really, the first long underwear was invented. It's a waffle stitch in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. I'm 61, I just turned 61, so those of you in my age group might remember wearing that long underwear with that waffle stitch before the fancy slick Under Armour and similar products were there. This site, interestingly, this site where this Rite Aid is a former site of a outlet store for that long underwear. Morgan was the Morgan family, and a lot of the funding for this came from that Morgan Family Foundation. So I think that's important to share some of that history as well. This is a quick artist rendition of what we expect it to look like. Again, I can't emphasize enough the presence that this will have in downtown in downtown Tamaqua. This is going to be 11,500, not going to be, it's 11,500 square feet. There will be 20 units for 20 students. What we're envisioning is 10 juniors, or I guess you call them third-year students and fourth-year students. 10 third-year students, 10 fourth-year students, with 4 extra rooms for advanced dental care, for endodontics, under microscopic view, is that right? And certainly dental care with nitrous oxide sedation as well. And as the Senator mentioned, you know, we're in discussions, and Dean Ishmael is in discussions, has been with Lehigh Carbon Community College to provide clinical support for education of dental assistants and hygienists on a regular basis. And I think you all know the importance of that shortage right now as well. So it's a little tough to see, but there is room here for, there's classroom, there's a lot of AV rooms that will be done also. And walking distance away is a four-story building. It's that tallest one right there with the big glass, and that's former Scheid's department store. It was built in right around 1920. And some of you might be thinking, oh my goodness, this thing's probably crumbling. It's not. Again, my grandmother, they don't build them like they used to. This thing is steel reinforced concrete, brick. This is a fortress of solid architecture with a lot of natural light. If you can see, it's the one with the tallest one there that's 4 stories in the B.F. Goodrich there. And again, why would I come to Tamaqua? Why would I, if I'm going to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, why would I come to Tamaqua? Well, part of the program is going to be, you'll be staying in this building as part of the, for your 3rd and 4th year for free. And I think when people take a look at that, think about where all you were in your 3rd and 4th year of dental school. Well, boy, I'm pretty low on cash. You might have said that in your 1st or 2nd year also. But in essence, it's a great opportunity. So what there will be is 5 units on the 1st floor and then 6 units there, everyone after. There will be a rooftop area for socializing as well, safe rooftop socializing. There's going to be a total of 24 units. There's a common kitchen area on each floor. Each room will have a bed, obviously, a little work area, a refrigerator, a microwave, but there is a kitchen area on each floor. And I get it, that's tough to see, folks, but it's also going to utilize a lot of natural light. There's parking in the back. There's going to be a common area for bicycles. This is walking distance to the actual school. But we certainly recognize that there's an opportunity for bike and car parking as well. So, you know, when Senator Argall said that this moves at the speed of light for a typical bill, legislation moves is 7 years is what they tell us, right? From idea to becoming a law is about 7 years. Micah, you were here 2 years ago. And here we are, and we're expecting to open a dental clinic in fall of 26 with 10 third-year dental students. That's pretty amazing. It's pretty incredible, and it's certainly a great example of private and public partnership at work. I mentioned earlier that the clinic's going to have 20 students, and they will be in place. All 20 will be planned to be in place by spring of 27. So that'll be the 10 third year and the 10 fourth year as well. Senator Argall also referenced the hygienist. The thought is 16 dental hygienist students will be using the same facility with an agreement with Lehigh Carbon Community College. And I rushed through that, folks, but that's it. We try to complicate things more than we have to. Trust me. I think I'd rather stay with you all than head back to the Capitol right now, but duty calls. So, but we certainly wanted to thank everybody for giving us the opportunity to share with you what we think is an absolute champion of what rural health can be in Pennsylvania. So we're grateful for your time to share this with you as well, and all the help that so many of you have been to us too.
One final note. Put the apartment back up. And, you know, Micah probably knows the number. I mean, I know the 20 dentist number. How many thousand people are likely to be served there? Okay, so that's a lot in Tamaqua. And we think that the big winner, show them the outside of the apartments. There you go. The busiest restaurant in town is right next to the student apartments. And so we've told the owner that he needs to talk to dentists to find out what dentists and dental patients like to eat and drink at the conclusion. And so if there's a special kind of pizza or pasta that is appropriate, please let him know, because I think he's now the busiest guy in town. He's going to get a lot busier. And again, none of this would have happened if Micah and the dean wouldn't have been here 2 years ago. And so to all of you who do this kind of work, that I don't know about Jamie, I couldn't do your job for 5 minutes, all right? It's just not me. Thank you. We're about to see a lot of quality care come to rural Pennsylvania, all because of this conference.
And, you know, as you said that, Senator, you know, you were very influential in a very similar project. Now, in restoration, Senator Argall restored, again, with the help of Micah and the Tamaqua community team, we took a train station, a dilapidated eyesore in the middle of town, and it is now literally, so it's just a success story of what we can do with restoring an old train station. It's a restaurant now, it's fine dining, it's a bar, and it's restored to its original look. And so again, it's something where we can take the old bones of Tamaqua that survived and lifted up our great mining heritage and our manufacturing heritage, and breathe new life into it. So again, we do have a success story that's existing, but this is bigger, and we're grateful.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Good luck.
Thank you again, both of you. I know it's a crazy day, and we appreciate the time that you were able to provide. Just a great group, and amazing even to see, like was mentioned, the Senate hearing we had earlier this year, just to see so much interest in this work is just great. I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen a point in time where a General Assembly was so engaged in oral health and dental care, and that's just unbelievable. So, and it's amazing to hear and that all of this blossomed from this stage exactly 2 years ago today, that we have been able to turn this around. So just wonderful.